Today on the Morning Edition, discussion was heated at the Matsu School Board meeting about a highly controversial topic. Armed teachers will share what was said and decided at the meeting. Plus, the villages of Kipnuk and Kwigillingok have voted to relocate in the wake of former Typhoon Halong. But the question about how to go about it is still open-ended. We'll bring you the latest in the ongoing struggle for some to go home. And later, bring me a drink and a pack of crayons. Bartender, and keep the crayons coming. We'll share how this bar is bringing back childhood nostalgia and staying inside the lines as the Morning Edition starts now. Good Thursday morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us today. Crayons at the bar? I kind of like that idea.
Are you a crayon or more of a colored pencil?
Marker. It would be my favorite.
I'm gonna say I'm a colored pencil. The crayons are just too waxy and.
It depends. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the kind.
And I can never color in the line with crayons because it is
harder.
There's always that one that wants to get out.
You need to constantly sharpen them.
Well, we are waking up this morning. We're still holding on to those rain showers across parts of South Central, some light snow showers as you head into the interior. Now, the rain today across South Central, for the most part, will be hit or miss across many areas. We will see much drier conditions for inland locations, coastal regions. We are going to continue to favor those ongoing rain showers. Check out the Steese Highway where we did see some of that fresh snowfall yesterday, and we are still holding on to some parts of the interior this morning where we're still seeing some of that light snow activity as well as some rain that has been transitioning to some wintry mix and light snow as you head through parts of the central interior. We're also watching that potential that this morning on through at least tomorrow morning, if not Saturday morning, we'll bring a shot for seeing some frost potential as those temperatures drop down into the 30s. So much quieter today across South Central. You can see out towards Prince William Sound, rain continues. Parts of Anchorage getting clipped with a light rain shower this morning as you get out on those roadways. That is lifting north into the Susitna Valley as we head off through the next couple of hours. But we will still favor some isolated activity for inland locations, but still expected to see ample dry time. And over the last 24 hours, the big winner when it came to drier weather was across western parts of the Kenai. Elsewhere, we've seen just a few hundredths of an inch to about 3/10 of an inch as you head out towards the foothills of the Talkeetna Mountains. So it's not as wet as what we did see Monday, but this overall wet weather pattern still with us and likely will persist into the weekend. Temperatures warming into the mid to upper 40s as we head throughout the day. We'll hold on to, we'll call it partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies as we head through the rest of your Thursday. Now, coming up in my full forecast, breakup is underway across the state. We'll have the latest on that. Still seeing some cooler conditions across mainland Alaska with widespread rain making a return to southeast.
A national debate over arming school staff is now front and center in the Matsu Borough School District. Wednesday, the school board heard from the public on a policy that would allow some faculty members to carry concealed weapons on school property. Qualified people would have to complete a few steps. Those turning in an application must have an Alaska concealed handgun permit and proof of completing required training. You would also have to pass a physical assessment and psychologist evaluation and submit random drug and alcohol tests. But what do parents think? And troopers support arming people who work in schools. Georgina Fernandez tells us what people are saying about the proposition.
If this policy is implemented, I will withdraw my children from the school district.
That was a hot topic Thursday.
This policy is controversial. It's guaranteed to lose some teachers. It's guaranteed to lose some students.
As the district picked back up conversations regarding proposals that would allow certain qualified individuals to carry a concealed handgun, an amendment to Board Policy 3515. According to the district, this policy is driven by their commitment to student and staff safety, adding that due to the location of some schools within the district, if an emergency were to occur, there could be a gap in response time. Yet some community members pushed back against the proposal, one family calling it an infringement on parents' rights.
Parents and kids who've experienced domestic gun violence cannot choose whether the teacher has a gun or not. Teachers who've been scarred by suicide by firearm can't choose whether to teach at a school that opts in or out of the policy. And you claim it's about safety, but it's not.
Others pointed out the heavy cost to start the program when the district already faces an over $22 million budget deficit.
Prioritizing a new and unapproved initiative when we're already unable to fully fund essential services for students. Equally concerning is how we got here.
What would you say is worth more? $500 in a bank or 500 kids.
School board members who spoke about the proposal were in favor, as also school board members say there needs to be further discussions, including what expectations comes with the proposal. Georgia Fernandez, Alaska's news source.
The board stopped short of a final decision. Members said they want more discussion and better definition of what would be expected under the policy. After hospital delays, the Anchorage musician accused in an officer-involved shooting has now been arraigned in 3 cases. 30-year-old Marcus Newboard is charged in an April 15th shooting in Midtown Anchorage. Police say he fired at officers responding to a stolen vehicle call near Spenard Road, and one shot and hit K-9 officer Kiska, who lost a toe. He faces 3 counts of first-degree attempted murder in that case and was also arraigned in separate child sex abuse and weapons cases. You can read more about this ongoing case at alaskasnewssource.com. New this morning, a woman in Houston was sent to the hospital when Alaska State Troopers say she pointed a firearm at a trooper as they were serving an arrest warrant. AST says troopers responded to the home yesterday around 3:15 p.m. The troopers ordered the woman to exit the premises with visible empty hands, but police say the woman stepped out with a firearm and pointed it at a trooper. The trooper fired his weapon and the woman went back inside, troopers say. The woman was found inside with minor injuries and taken to the hospital. For more details on this story, visit our website.
The grand jury has returned an indictment against you.
The Matsu animal cruelty case that shocked Alaska moved forward in court Wednesday. Misty Reeder appeared by phone as a judge told her a grand jury had indicted her. She's charged with 24 felony counts of animal cruelty following the discovery of 23 dead dogs on a valley property last month. One of the dogs found alive is now in Fairbanks for care. Woody arrived Monday and is now with Forget-Me-Not Animal Rescue. The group says he is gaining weight, playing with other dogs, and showing positive signs. Hair loss on his nose is being monitored, and he will have weekly vet checks. A pilot is recovering in an Anchorage hospital after a small plane crashed and caught fire at an airstrip on Kipnuk Glacier. Alaska State Troopers tell us the aircraft crashed Tuesday night around 7:55 at Picnic Table Strip and caught fire. It sits at the base of Kipnuk Glacier in this general area. Danny Tompkins spoke with Clint Johnson from NTSB, who says the aircraft was experimentally built.
I can say that it was a small single-engine 4-seat aircraft.
This is a fabric cover tail dragger airplane, kind of resembles a Super Cub or a Mall.
Investigators say the pilot was the only person on board and suffered serious injuries. Around 20 people witnessed the plane crash. Many of them, including some off-duty medical personnel, jumped in to help so the pilot could get medevac to an Anchorage area hospital. The crash serving as a reminder to plan ahead in case of emergencies.
When you're out in the backcountry, bring some type of communication device that will allow you to communicate in the area that you were in. That was pretty critical in this incident, where first responders were able to get very fast notification that this crash had happened.
The pilot remains hospitalized in serious condition and has not been publicly identified. The NTSB plans to fully examine the wreckage and circumstances surrounding the crash. Sign up for alerts on our free news app for updates. Relocation at the former Typhoon Halong. It's a big question after residents from 2 of the most devastated villages from the storm voted to move. But the process isn't clear on how they can do that and how much it might cost. Senator Lisa Murkowski went to Bethel to listen. Our political reporter Will Courtney has the latest on the impacts.
2 of the villages devastated by former Typhoon Halong, that's Kipnuk and Kwigillingok, want to relocate. But how they're going to do that is still an open question. Senator Lisa Murkowski was in Bethel on Wednesday, hearing from village leaders and tribal advocates who said using government dollars has been difficult. Their solution, a central agency to take charge of a relocation effort. But how that will be done and who will be in charge, still an open question.
The issue of relocation from a community that you and your family have called home for generations is not only emotionally challenging, but logistically and financially. And so We're working through many things.
I know that other communities have moved over time, but it's not something we deal with on a regular basis. But unfortunately, in this era of extreme weather events, this might become a more regular occurrence.
The Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management say they'll have those villages able to be returned to by no later than fall, but village residents say that land is now unsafe. We have more of that on our website and our mobile app. Will Courtney, Alaska's news source.
We may be ready for the long summer days, but there is a positive to our wet weather, as Lord Maxwell tells us it may be keeping wildfires at bay.
Cold and rainy has been the forecast for most of South Central this spring. But with the gloom comes a bright spot. For the moment, the damp weather may be keeping us safe.
It has been pretty wet, and so that's going to delay the start of fire season some.
Fire season in Alaska generally begins April 1st, and this time of year is considered particularly dangerous when all the snow has melted, but things have yet to green up. In South Central, the dead grass and leaves that fan spring fires may not be quite as dry as usual, but officials caution it wouldn't take much to turn that around.
A little bit of wind and a little bit of sun, and things can change fairly rapidly.
Throughout South Central, there have already been several small fires, mostly human-caused.
Nearly all of them have been winds blowing a tree into a power line, a campfire left unattended, or a debris pile that spreads beyond the burned area.
They're urging people to be extra cautious and keep their eyes open.
Really, if you see something, say something, call early if you see smoke in the area.
Because it won't be long before the fire season truly is in full swing. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
The Anchorage Fire Department is hosting an event this Saturday at Hilltop Ski Area where you can learn about fighting wildfires and also check out some of their latest equipment. Still ahead on the morning edition, Mother's Day is rapidly approaching, but wallets are stretching tight with the rising costs, especially fuel. We'll find out how those rising costs affect flower shops, which typically see a large influx of business on this holiday weekend.
Breakup is well underway across the state. I'll have the latest on that river watch as well as what to expect when it comes to that precipitation. The first at sunrise coming in at 5:33 in Anchorage, 4:38 in Juneau. Your full forecast is next.
Welcome back in on this Thursday morning. We are a week into May, Aaron, and it's still that wet weather.
You know, I guess we're just stuck on the never-ending rinse cycle. Who knows what's going on when it comes to Mother Nature just wanting to continue to give us more of that wet weather. Spring will eventually make a return, but as far as the overall forecast, we continue to favor cool weather across the state, continued wet conditions for South Central. We're watching some areas of frost through the interior, possibly by through at least week's end, and of course ice jams, flood watches, and flood warnings popping up across the state. Now, when it comes to those weather alerts, flood watches, you can see out towards the Kuskokwim River as you head into the interior. We've got numerous areas that remain up under some flood watches as well as some flood warnings. In fact, as we head out towards Chalkixik, we are seeing the flood warning due to an ice jam that is underway as well. This is largely going to lead to the potential for some flooding issues. You can see flooding as well as large blocks of ice looking likely to be pushed on shore. That impounding water due to the ice jam will cause rapid river rises upstream. And we'll likely see additional flood concerns as these ice jam issues continue to remain with us. This is the latest breakup conditions across the state. You can see mostly ice still with us for many areas. As you head out towards southwest Alaska, we've got one river that is largely open. And then, of course, as you head through parts of the interior, we've got beginning to see many rivers popping up as some to mostly open. But out towards the Kuskokwim River, this was around 5 p.m. reported yesterday. The breakup front was approximately 1 mile away from Antioch, so it's likely beginning to make its run near there, if not already past Antioch, and then out towards Nenana. As you head out towards Manly, that ice was moving right around 6 miles. So we are beginning to see that potential for some ice jam concerns continuing to grow as those breakup conditions get underway across the state. 23 degrees in Kotzebue this morning, 22 in Utqiagvik, where we are seeing some additional light snow, but many areas of the state still holding on to those temperatures, a bit on the cooler side. You can see 39 degrees this morning in Anchorage. Now, looking ahead through the rest of this week, we're still favoring many areas of western Alaska which is going to remain dry, cool, and keeping some sunshine in the forecast. As we head through the close of this week and welcome in the weekend, we're really going to favor south central through the interior as well as southeast, where we're going to see the bulk of the rainfall. In fact, southeast will see widespread rain arriving starting Friday evening, and then that will carry us through the weekend into early next week. But as far as those temperatures across the state, you can see just how cool we'll be today. 44 degrees in Dillingham, 41 degrees in McGrath. Still can't rule out some localized areas of wintry mix through the interior. And of course, while we still have some spotty to isolated showers for southeast, things are beginning to dry out for your Friday. Now, as we continue to head through May, we have yet to really officially see those temperatures topping well into the 50s. We've only hit 50 degrees as our maximum high, but you can see temperatures for the last 4 months have been below seasonal values, and we have continued that stretch as we transitioned into May. We'll likely continue to hold on to highs in the upper 40s, lower 50s. We'll see some dry conditions like we've been holding on to, but the overall wet weather pattern stays with us into early next week, with highs chasing 50.
Well, if you're still looking for something special to celebrate Mother's Day, you could always go with flowers. Jace Bertrand spoke with florists around Anchorage to learn what the demand is looking like this year and how recent world events affect the cost of your Mother's Day gift.
Oh, and you put the pea orchids in there. Yeah, right now we're in controlled chaos, so it's good. But this is like our Super Bowl right now. Valentine's is busy, but Mother's Day is insane because everybody has a mom.
Come Sunday, millions of moms across the country are going to wake up to a bouquet or bundle of flowers from their loved ones. According to the National Retail Federation, Americans are expected to spend a record $38 billion on Mother's Day gifts. And while we all know our moms will love whatever we get them, not all flowers are treated the same on the big day.
Moms love peonies and lilies. We get a lot of requests for lilies and roses. And a lot of moms like carnations because carnations have a nice fragrance, but they're also really long lasting and they come in a lot of different colors.
Shipping costs are a concern for some florists and their customers this year, as the ongoing war with Iran continues to raise gas prices across the country.
With freight, it's definitely affected the cost. I would say in the last 6 months, we have not raised our prices on anything. We're trying to see if maybe the market will stay steady or if it's going to go down a little bit. I just don't want to raise any prices until it gets to be a little more level.
We don't have to ship our flowers nearly as far as somebody that's getting them from Holland or South America. And we also switched our delivery vehicles to hybrid vehicles this year, which turned out to be very fortuitous.
In spite of rising fuel prices, Muffy's Flowers owner Sherilyn Wyeth says customers are still determined to celebrate their mothers.
We had one yesterday that her mom's in hospice, and this is her last Mother's Day. So that means a lot that we get to be a part of that.
Celebrating life with flowers. A gentle reminder of the strength that comes with a mother's love. Jace Bertrand, Alaska's news source.
You've got the voice to make history. Well, we want to hear it. As part of our We the People celebration, KTUU and KTVF are inviting you to be part of this milestone moment with the Star Spangled Sing-Off. One lucky person will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Nashville to film a performance that will air on Gray stations across the country. Vote for your favorite entry starting in June. Now, here's how to enter. Submit a solo a cappella performance of a complete version of the national anthem. You must be 18 or older. Residents in Fairbanks and in the interior should enter on the KTVF site. Other Alaska residents should enter on the KTUU site. Upload your video by Sunday, May 31st at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 7:59 p.m. Alaska time by going to our website and clicking the contest link in the upper banner. That's also where you can view the official results.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcasts from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting. Available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.